You work hard, the paycheck clears, but somehow, by the end of every single month, the money disappears. The standard reflex is to assume you simply need to earn more, a promotion, a side hustle, or a better year. Your human brain remains a survival engine optimized for scarcity, currently struggling to navigate a modern environment of infinite abundance. While these mechanisms are rarely taught in school, billion-dollar corporations have spent decades mapping exactly how the human mind processes risk and reward. Getting ahead requires understanding this hidden psychology. Until you learn how your biology is being influenced, a higher salary only leads to larger, more expensive mistakes. In 2007, researchers at MIT monitored human subjects as they made purchasing decisions with physical cash. This brain diagram highlights the insula cortex. When subjects reached for their wallets, this region lit up. It's the same center that processes trauma. The brain registers handing over a $50 bill as a physical injury. Compare that to the total lack of friction felt when swiping plastic. The physical sensation is completely severed from the financial cost. Credit cards and buy now, pay later checkout buttons act as financial anesthetics. They are designed to silence the brain's natural distress signals. These tools weaponize neurology to bypass your natural evolutionary defenses. By removing the sting of loss, they let you spend blindly without feeling the immediate consequence. The mechanism goes deeper. The moment you decide to buy something, your brain is flooded with dopamine, the chemical rush of anticipated happiness. This graph maps out exactly what happens next. Notice how the highest spike is rooted in anticipation. The second the transaction is complete, dopamine drops off a cliff. The excitement dies. Plunged back to a neurochemical baseline, your brain immediately goes hunting for the next hit. You look for another item, another checkout page, and another rush. Social media algorithms accelerate this loop. By serving constant, targeted lifestyle comparisons, they trigger this exact cycle dozens of times per minute. Chronic overspending is the predictable result of an evolutionary mind being overstimulated by a digital environment designed for extraction. In 1979, psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky published behavioral research that would eventually earn a Nobel Prize. Their work, Prospect Theory, revealed a mathematical anomaly in human emotion. As this chart illustrates, the pain of losing $100 is felt 3 times more intensely than the pleasure of gaining that exact same amount. This severe biological aversion to loss creates the sunk cost fallacy. People will hold on to failing businesses, terrible investments, or miserable jobs simply because cutting ties feels like an unbearable defeat. That same intense fear of falling behind your peers drives the status game. Expensive watches and luxury cars serve as biological signals, purchased to avoid the perceived loss of social standing. Yet data shows the vast majority of actual millionaires drive standard used vehicles and live modestly. They build capital by ignoring visible displays of wealth. The status game has no finish line and no winners. It is a psychological trap that convinces people to spend their way into deep debt, trying to look wealthy. Overriding these biological impulses require deliberate tactical changes. Using physical currency for daily expenses re-engages your natural pain defenses. You feel the physical mass of the bills leaving your hand. Second, mandate a strict 48-hour waiting period for non-essential purchases. Studies show over 60% of immediate buying urges evaporate within 2 days, as the dopamine naturally subsides. Third, give your money an identity. Simply labeling a savings account, down payment, or freedom fund makes a tangible difference. You instinctively protect what you identify with. Fourth, actively disengage from the social hierarchy. Mute the accounts that make you feel inadequate, stop buying appearances, and prioritize quiet capital. The math of getting rich is simple. Spend less, invest the rest, and wait. The real obstacle is managing your evolutionary impulses. Once you see the psychological traps, you can step around them. If this shifted your perspective, share it. And join us in the next video as we examine why wealthy people view risk completely differently than the rest of us.